I'm not going to lie, I now kind of half love Kazuna Ai after watching way too much of it for researching the podcast last week.
Oh, yeah, researching. That's exactly what I would describe it as well. That's definitely what we do here.
Hello, welcome to This Week in Japan. I'm the Gaijin John.
I'm the Geek Tom.
And together we make Geeks and Gaijins, where we bring you all the news from Japan this week to you today.
Whenever that is.
Or the day after tomorrow?
Pretty much any day other than the day we record it, really.
Yeah, unless you're sitting on my computer, in which case that's kind of terrifying.
This keeps happening, John. You need to update your firewalls, otherwise people are going to keep listening in on our live podcasts.
Hey. Jeff Bezos knows my location, and I like it that way.
As long as he doesn't share it with Shinzo Abe, you're fine. What have we got in store for people today, John, other than this nonsense?
I'm afraid I'm looking in my bag of tricks. I've only got this nonsense. It is labeled in both English and Japanese. We seem to have predicted the future once again with the rise of virtual YouTubers. This totally was not coordinated. The first majority English-speaking Vtubers are evolving. They're coming at us, and we need to break down who they are and why one is definitely best girl above the other ones.
Breaking news. Growing industry is still growing.
Then we have America, because of course in a podcast about Japan we have to talk about Americans not understanding things, but this one is a famous American. Then I go on location in the wild world that is the Japan outside my apartment for my snack break, and then we talk about basically the anime I've been watching and the fact that it actually half semi-inspired me to go to the gym for once.
Who says anime's no good for you? But before that, I have to interject with a story from the tiny little island nation of England for once.
Did you hear that, listeners? That's the segue going ka-clunk into its specific spot.
Yes, it is odd that I have a story to tell you because I've recently moved from the middle of nowhere to a slightly different middle of nowhere and have started a new job. And that job is where this story takes place, believe it or not. I'll set the scene.
Ooh.
I was working on the tills, as I do at my job. Not going to say which other jobs are available.
I personally don't recommend them.
2 stars. Would not recommend. But I spy down the aisle an interesting little oddity, which is a boy roughly 14, 15 years old with something strange upon his head. Now, I am something of a fan of hats in general, as you well know, John.
Yes.
So obviously, this particular hat caught my eye because it was, in fact, quite unusual. It was a black cap with a gold band almost entirely around the front, with a sort of circular like button or stud sticking out the middle above it, and just to the left of it, a sort of rectangular gold shape with a sort of palm print embossed onto it. And just upon seeing this, my weeb sense starts tingling in the back of my head. And I'm like, I've seen that hat somewhere before. But
I feel like I'm being tested and I don't like it.
That little paranoid voice that was fertilizing my brain over my long career in school goes, wait a minute, Thomas, you might have this wrong. Let me just dig around and see if I can come up with an excuse not for you to come up with this. So he digs out the old man that's stuck in my head because he's there. And he goes, you know what, Thomas, that might just be some of that new streetwear you've been hearing about. You have no idea if that's an anime hat or not. And I'm like, you make a good point, old Thomas. So I'm not going to just out myself as a weeb. I'm not going to show my weeb credentials to this kid straight off the bat. I'm going to do some investigation.
Uh-huh.
So I spend the time, whilst I'm serving this customer, thinking of the exact right way to phrase this question. And as this boy's dad comes up to pay for their order, I go with, that's a cool hat. Where's it from? I think that was a nice little bounce because if it's a normal hat, he can just say what shop he got it from. But as I suspected, this boy knew what the real question was here. And as soon as I ask, he gets nervous. He starts touching his hat. He's very self-conscious. And he just goes, it's from an anime. I'm like,
Oh.
I knew it. Now, I didn't want to force him at this point. This boy was obviously very nervous and
For our
self-conscious about it.
non-nerdy listeners, this is what happens when two people who are both totally introverts actually meet in the wild.
Yeah, so I was going to leave the conversation at that because I didn't want to make him uncomfortable. I'd left it to the end of the whole thing so that he could leave if he wanted to. So I go back to my job. But then my day gets immediately better because his dad turns around and goes, "Are you going to say which one?" And my soul ascends. And he's just like, "No, I don't really think I'm going to. It's all right." And I'm like, "Oh, it's fine." And he goes, "No, it's from JoJo's Amazing." And then his son goes, "No, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure." And he goes, "JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that one." And I just have the biggest smile on my face. Thank you, Mr. Anime Dad. Thank you so much. And I'm just sitting there thinking I might need to call an ambulance because my sides are just split. They're just gone. They're just to shreds, I say. Watching this poor boy desperately try not to show his weave card to the cashier, whilst his dad's there being all supportive of his weebiness. I'm just like, oh, mwah. That man was my third favourite dad of the day for those 12 minutes. Sorry, John's dad. Thank you for your support.
Take interest in your kids, people.
Supported weeb dads, the most wholesome.
Moving from one social interaction, which is incredibly wholesome, to something I'm not sure how wholesome this is, but as we've established, money is taking over the world, as it has for the last 2,000 years, maybe more.
Hold on, let me just check recorded history and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit. Oh, so about several thousand years ago, this thing called money was invented, and then, yeah, there we go.
Well, the thing is, people in Japan like money, and you know who has a lot of money, Thomas?
Jeff Bezos?
Foreigners, you're right.
Oh, those as well, yes.
Yeah. You know, the not Japanese people.
I mean, they don't really pay the Japanese people enough to have money, so that's all right.
We were talking about VTubers last week, and we were like, oh, well, most of them are in Japanese, especially the big one, Kazuna Ai. These are some new, almost majority-only English-speaking VTubers who have been created. VTuber, for those who don't know, are virtual YouTubers. They're basically voice actors / production agencies with a cute anime 3D girl on top. They tend to use some kind of software to place an animated girl's face on top of a real girl.
It's not strange at all.
No. And there are 5 of them, count them 5, and they have just started. They are from HoloLive, which is a virtual YouTuber agency.
They have companies now.
Remember, Kazuna Ai is her own company. So HoloLive have just created their first roster of mostly English-speaking VTubers.
They're all multilingual, though, aren't they, in some capacity?
Well, depends. It's not really established, but this is the first English language group. Notably, there has been some English language VTubers, but they don't have the big Japanese corporation money behind them. This gives us 5 girls who have just had their debut this week. I thought we would note our first impressions.
I did not expect to spend my Sunday morning when I could be at church looking at these anime girls instead, but here we are now.
Speaking of God, we have the ruler of the underworld, or not, as the case may be. We're going to go through these 5 girls.
All right, pitch them to me, John. I'm ready.
So, numero uno, we have Mori Calliope, or Calliope Mori. She is the #1 disciple of the Grim Reaper.
Do you get it, guys? It's Mori, as in Memento Mori.
And Calliope, as in the muse from Greek mythology. Her thing is singing. Is Calliope the muse of singing? She's the muse of epic poetry, but bloody close.
Basically the same thing.
Yeah, so Calliope's big thing is she does music, and she's already released her first original song, which is Excuse My Rudeness, but could you please rest in peace? Which is half English, half Japanese, all internet rap.
You don't sound so fond of that one, John. Is that not your thing?
Fine. It's pretty low tier to what I've discovered this week, because I've only just realized that Japan has a surprisingly large grime scene.
Oh, Nice.
These intro streams, I will just say, is they're basically the girls doing a Jiko Shokai. They're doing their introduction kind of presentation, information about them, their goals, their name, some art about them, their likes and dislikes, also including like hashtags to use, fan names, community names, and already created memes. It's just distilled fan base.
That is, they came with their fan base pre-made, pre-packaged. That's incredibly corporate. Marvelous.
It's like, for example, for the Calliope's fans, fan names they're either thinking of are Deadbeats or Calliope people.
I like Deadbeat. That's a nice pun. It rolls off the tongue better than Calliope people, although I respect what they're going for with that.
They're appealing to Japanese people as well, because they have hashtags that can also work in katakana as well.
Yeah, like I said, with the multilingual thing, most of them know at least a basic level of Japanese because the Japanese market for this is pretty big still, even if they're going for the English market. So
yeah, they have like a dreams or stuff they want to do section. No, I've only skipped through this. I've not watched hour-long streams for all of these girls.
You haven't watched an hour-long PowerPoint presentation on why they should be your waifu.
Yeah, no. And almost all of them are say get their Japanese better. But they all speak at least a decent level of Japanese, though. Our next one, we have Takanashi Kiara. She's a phoenix, it seems, but also she likes fried chicken. It's confusing.
I mean, the closest thing we have to Phoenix are fried chicken, aren't they? They're fiery birds either way, are they not? So, you know.
Yes, but everyone is calling her Chicken Sama. Also, her birthday is National Fried Chicken Day.
Of course it is. They went hard on that one. They went hard on that particular gimmick. Oh, dear.
Basically, her entire costume looks like she works at a fast food job. Her voice actress seems to be German as well, or at least speaks German.
Yeah, none of these seem to be like Japanese actresses they've forced to speak English. It all seems to be people who have a pretty good grasp of the English language.
Well, there's no shortage of gaijins wanting to make it big in Japan. Just saying.
Fair enough.
Thing so far, the thing that she seems to like, other than fried chicken, seems to be video games. Because literally, her second ever stream was her in Fall Guys.
I mean, that's a smart move.
This is Takanashi Kiara. We have our third one. We have Best Girl, who I can't say her name. This is Ninomiya Inanis. She is the priest of an elder god who can summon and manipulate tentacles. No, sit down.
Tentacles, you say?
But she's still an ordinary girl at heart. She is aiming to drain her viewers' sanity through VTubing.
I would believe that. Like I said, I should be at church.
Her thing is drawing. I don't know if the girl behind it is actually an artist or not, but she does a lot of things of art that she is supposedly drawn. I'm just going to say she is drawn because I have no proof otherwise.
Her character has drawn it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The fun fact about VTubing is you don't actually have to be able to draw to be a drawing VTuber. That's the magic of it.
Apparently she likes food, drawing, gaming, reading, and cooking sometimes. Also, her presentation is quite cute. It's set as like a notebook, moving between bits to bit. Also has a top-tier fan name, Takodachi. Taco is Japanese for octopus. I don't know. It's Dachi as in friend, as in Tomodachi.
So she's octopus friend.
Yeah. Though the one they went for after that is Tentacult.
That I respect, yes.
Try saying that 5 times fast. Her voice acting generally seems to be the best, and also like the general like art that is surrounding the character is quite fun. Because obviously the notebook is filled with like stuff the character has supposedly drawn, including under her goals. One of them is in capitals world domination, but then crossed out with a little like angry emoji next to it.
She's also got the most elaborate design out of any of them, as far as I can tell.
Like her things once again is art, so she has a stream set in 90 minutes, Thomas, which is her just drawing stuff.
Oh boy, I know what I'm doing after we're done here today.
Then the next one, I'm going to go through these faster, is Lollybait.
It's Baby Shark.
It's literally Baby Shark. She talks like a 5-year-old, and it makes me uncomfortable.
Oh dear. What is her appeal exactly, John? What does she do on her live streams?
Oh, she's like a shark who's a human, so her thing is just drawing stuff.
So she also does art for her streams. Is that the idea?
It's like child badly drawn art.
Ah, for the goofs. I got it.
And like her biggest fear are loud and dislikes hot sand.
I mean, it's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere. So, not seeing much going for this one, then, are we?
Well, not for me, because don't want to get arrested.
Even John has standards.
She's cute. She's a small shark girl who doesn't know how to do anything. Look after the cute shark girl who makes dumb faces. Their fan name is the hashtag #ChumBuddies. And oh, by the way, I haven't said her name. Her name is Garguda. Now we have an abomination. Even worse than the one before. We have Watson Amelia, or Amelia Watson, an American attempting to do a British accent, which makes me despise her. I'm sorry, but this is true.
This character hits all of the Japanese English character red flags as soon as you get to them. Watson Amelia, dressed in a Sherlock outfit, blonde hair, blue eyes. You know as soon as you get into this that something is afoot.
An English accent that does not exist.
Penny for a chimney sweep, governor.
And she says she loves drinking tea. And her main thing is like being an investigator. So her thing is she hosts the other girls and like investigates them.
So, you know, we feel seen with this particular one.
She also seems to be going with like the cute moustache gimmick of like, did you know moustaches are cute? Like that thing that was popular in like 2011.
The mustache thing is timeless. I have to vouch for that. The mustaches are always fantastic, but it's not enough to make up for the fact that she's not proper English in it, love. I feel betrayed.
It like the design was kind of interesting until you give her the weird non-English voice, which for some reason to me is even worse than essentially the shark pretending to be a baby. But yeah. They all have YouTube channels, which you can find by just searching their names. And I'm pretty sure which boat my one's behind. It's the one that's not going to put me in jail, but probably going to put me in service to an elder god. So we have that.
Fair enough. I mean, John's already got his lane sorted. That's fine by me. The man knows what he wants. And apparently that's to go mad and have his eyes bleed or something like that. I don't know.
Well, that already happens.
Oh, fair enough. I might as well carry on then.
Proper best girl material.
I mean, I think we can officially discount both the detective and the chicken from this running, and obviously the baby shark is not waifu material. Daughter material maybe, but not waifu material, which kind of just leaves me with the BT Goth Jeff at that point, doesn't it? Which I'm not going to complain about.
That's our discussion of virtual YouTubers that we somehow memed into existence.
I like the fact that you're taking credit for this just immediately. It was us. We were the ones who caused this. This definitely wasn't inevitable. There definitely weren't already English-speaking VTubers, and people were just like, you know, we can make some money off of this.
Can we get into a Twitter beef?
Our official stance is that you should not harass people online, no matter how fake their English accent is, but...
That was just a dive into the world of people who are not real. But now, from that to people who I wish were not real, we have Eric Trump. No,
quick, no, don't go away. I promise this will be short.
And it's to do with anime. It's actually related to the podcast for once.
I know, I'm shocked as well. I never thought these two things would overlap, but here we are. On the 8th of September, so this is almost a week old already for us, but the son of the President of the United States of America decided that everyone following him on Twitter needed to know that something was afoot. And the thing that was afoot was that Google was apparently censoring images of mobs on Google image search. Do you know how they were managing this act of leftist usurpation, or whatever the heck the word is?
I'm going to set up, because our listeners are already weebs, Thomas. By the term mobs, he meant mobs, or as in groups of people, as in some are happening in the US right now. Black Lives Matter. Deal with it.
Basically, what actually is going on is that Google image search just prefers to give you images of Mob from Mob Psycho 100 instead. And everyone was just like, what are you talking about? You absolute idiot. It was the dumbest thing.
Anime is here to save America once again.
But only on Google, not on Bing or Yahoo or Ask Jeeves or whatever. Because no one searches for anime on those sites, apparently.
Yeah, so most of his responses are either telling him to watch Mob Psycho 100,
which he should. Everyone should watch that show. It's fantastic.
Another one telling him to watch Psychopath, which...
I mean, I'm not sure. I wouldn't want to give him any ideas at this point.
Hilarious, because mobs.
The best response came from Mob's original creator, though. A man who goes by the name of One, I believe. Who was just happy to be there, I guess. What did he say exactly?
From the @official Mob Psycho 1 Twitter is just a picture of Mob looking kind of happy, saying, "Hello, I heard I was trending." Smiley face.
Perfect. Yeah, so that was a fun thing to wake up to. Moving on.
We have a report here. We have breaking news from location. It was totally not recorded about 4 hours ago. Because we see, Thomas, it is time for snack break. I'm hearing from a reporter we have sent out live into the Japan outside my room, for I have only one.
Is it not Japan inside your room?
No.
Is it a different Japan?
It's official British soil.
God damn it, John, you're colonizing again. How dare you? I thought we talked about this. I thought we put this behind us as a culture.
Do they have a flag? I have a better flag. Essentially, I went to Starbucks because I am a white girl. Starbucks has one of its autumn frappuccinos out right now, as well as an autumn latte. And this is the chocolate marron frappuccino. And no, it's not a chocolate moron frappuccino. I am not made into frappuccinos, thank you very much. If you don't know, marron is Japanese for chestnut or sweet chestnut.
Oh, I did not know that. Thank you for telling me. I was a little confused.
So it's generally really nice. I found out afterwards it has some coffee flavoring in it, but essentially it's chocolate and nuts. So it's got almonds, hazelnuts, and chestnuts all mixed into it. And then you make a sweet little frappuccino with cream. But now we can hear more from me on the scene. It is very busy, and I cannot account for how many people are in here. Generic Starbucks sounds. Chocolate marron frappuccino お願いします。はい。はい、一つ。はい。お餅カレーでお願いします。お餅カレーで。はい。Okay, so we've become this podcast. I'm here sitting in my car with my chocolate marron frappuccino. Marron, for those of you who don't know, is Japanese for sweet chestnut. So this frappuccino is supposed to be stuff: sugar, milk, almond, hazelnut, with cream on top, also sweet chestnuts, chocolate, chestnut sauce, and generally more of a heart attack in a cup. I'm going to take my first sip. Wow. I mean, it's sweet. It also has a kind of slightly bitter taste to it. I don't think there's any coffee in it. But they've gone for that bitter thing. They have cocoa nibs on top with like some cream on top. You can, of course, find all the pictures on the Instagram at @thegaijinjohn. Hashtag always plugging. I didn't expect it to be that good. It doesn't taste that much of chestnut. Mostly, I think, because it's like cold and sweet. So it just tastes of like cold nuts. But yeah, as you could hear, it was super, super busy in there. So that's why I'm recording this in me old car. It's good, you get the kind of ice slushy part. I'm starting to get bits of like the cocoa nibs in there, and people are being very loud outside my car. How dare they? What are they in? Some kind of public place? It's definitely my lunch and dessert and a lot of my calories for the day. But generally, it's sweet and nutty, and I'm not sure what more you could ask from it. It's generally top-tier marron. Top-tier chocolate marron, if you will. There's also a hot latte version, which I would really like to try, but that I might need to go spend another 10 hours in the gym. This is John on the spot from Random Japanese Starbucks, signing off. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, John. I really appreciated the insight into the drink thing that you just told me about.
Yeah,
cool.
Thomas has totally just heard.
I feel enlightened about Japanese culture right now via Starbucks.
It's because Starbucks do some pretty great drinks, but that's mostly only in Japan because
we are not sponsored by Starbucks, I'm afraid.
I really wish we were, because please give me free coffee.
Not even money, just free coffee.
No, just free coffee. Because this stuff's expensive. The chocolate marron frappuccino is about 590 yen, excluding tax. That's about £4.50.
John just has a sign saying, "Will podcast for coffee."
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it was good. I only found out at the end, after like when I was drinking the bottom of it, it does actually have like proper pieces of chestnut in it as well.
Ooh, how very nice.
It's kind of difficult to tell when you're just drinking it as you go. But yeah, it was nice. And also, I apologize for recording in my car. The place was very busy. Now, Thomas, the thing is, that was 60 gazillion calories. So
I believe you.
I need to work out how I can work this off. First of all, I have to make an apology. I need some sad apology music going behind me. It became obvious when we were talking about the Crunchyroll Anime of the Year Awards that we came across a comedy anime that was nominated for Best Comedy. I thought, this sounds dumb, I'm just going to make a joke about it and move on, because it's not nominated for anything else. And this is How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift? I have to respond to that to say, I was terribly wrong. This is one of... I'm not going to say it's the best, because it's not, but I really enjoy it. Because it's
not good, but it's for me. It's for me.
Yeah. So this is How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift, and why I'm talking about it, we'll get to it in just a bit. Or in Japanese is Damberu nan kilo moteru, which is literally how many kilos are the dumbbells that you lift. It's the same. But essentially, it's about a high school girl who realizes she wants to lose weight, so she goes to the gym. And then when she's there, she finds out another of her schoolmates is going there, and so begins an unlikely relationship as they work out hard to try and just get muscles. And also, they meet one of their main trainer is a guy called Nazuro Machio, who they both are kind of like, oh, he's so cute. Yeah, I'll sign up because he's there. When he has like a normal tracksuit on, he's just like normal, and everyone's like, oh, he's pretty, he's nice. And then when he takes it off, whenever he hears something to do with muscles, he just bursts into this massive like muscle guy. Like his volume changes by about 4 times and just starts flexing. Well, I was first kind of like, I made assumptions about it when I first saw it because I thought, oh, this is going to be about a guy going to a gym and wanting to hit on loads of girls. You know what they say about assumptions? In Japan, that girl is definitely 10,000 years old. In this case, I was actually wrong, thank Christ. Because this is mostly the only main male character is Machio. He is massively oblivious because all he cares about is muscles.
He's a joke character.
Yeah, like the girls like talk about like wanting a boyfriend and things like that. And it's like, and everyone's like, yeah, that's cool. But like, I just love my muscles.
That man has his priorities set in stone.
Yep.
He knows what he's about.
It's set up as a comedy of like, haha, like she can't do the exercise thing right, but she's trying, and generally just things about her school life and her friends. And weirdly, at one point, her teacher, who ends up going to the gym, which I will also give it props for, because this is an actual age-appropriate waifu right now.
Say what?
Not all the girls in this that you're meant to be attracted to are canonically 16. But what it does do is it uses like its obvious like, the girls are pretty thing, is it does exercise things of this is the muscle this works out. And obviously it's like, look at the anime girls doing workouts. But then it basically calls itself out. And for about 5 or 6 of the sections, like each episode, are just things telling you how to do the exercises in the episode. So it's actually showing you how to use gym equipment and do exercises at home, and motivating you to do that by having cute anime girls do them. And also Machio as well.
And also Machio. Wait, you're learning something whilst watching anime, John?
At the end, there's even a, let's do this all together now, guys. Get off your fat ass and do this. I'm like, okay, fine.
Oh, I feel called out now.
It even does like information about how to diet properly, how to properly stretch, what a good kind of exercise is for different kind of things. And it doesn't do like a horrible like fat shamey thing, because all the characters are kind of in it for their own thing. And none of them are like fat, because this is Japan. But I have not mentioned the best part so far, both the OP and the ED. We're going to talk about the OP here, because this is Onegai Muscle, which in Japanese just means please muscles.
One muscles, please.
It's literally that. It's literally the translation in Japanese to some really like Genki and upbeat pop music. It's just like, yes, please, muscles. Please, muscles. I want to look sexy. Yeah, I'm going to try hard. Yeah, this is really bloody hard. Let's do this. And then Machio is just shouting out doing different kinds of stretches during
it. Such a good boy.
He is the best boy. But Onegai Muscle also has a live action music video.
What?
2 of Japan's biggest bodybuilders, Reika Saiki and Naotaka Yokokawa.
Oh, that dude is as wide as he is tall. What the? Goodness me.
But the thing is, he's still not as big as Machio.
Come on, Machio would put Schwarzenegger in his prime to shame. Like, there's no beating this boy.
The main joke about Machio is he just has a normal person's face on top of just a muscly body.
Does not seem proportionate at all.
He physically shrinks when he puts on his tracksuit.
It's got TARDIS clothes, indeed.
Pretty much, which he bursts out of whenever he mentions muscles.
He's an infinite supply of TARDIS clothes. Got it. This man is a god.
But they've done a music video basically as the main characters of this, going along with the music, and it's adorable. And this music video has also just gone over 100 million views. Yes, that's right, 100 million views.
For an anime OP, that's pretty significant, isn't it?
I think that's pretty up there. I'm just going to see how much Gorenge has, because I judge everything by how many Gorenges it is.
That's an unfair bar to make people have to meet, John.
Well, on English YouTube, it's about 2 Gorenges.
God damn.
But yeah, no, it currently, as of recording, has 117 million views.
Damn, son.
Also, the music is just top tier as well, because I was already... This was on my gym playlist already.
John has been quite the preacher of the Onegai Muscle Bible, yes.
It's pretty... Also, the ED is kind of nice as well. Also, watch the video, because you will also just be amazed by how big human beings can get.
Oh dear, I'm not sure my body image can handle this.
It's goddamn impressive. That woman could break me in half. It's just fun, and it actually was explaining how to do a lot of like gym workouts and things, and like do interesting stuff in the gym. It actually like got me to go to the gym, and well, more than usual, and go like, oh yeah, these machines aren't scary, they're actually fun, telling them how to do them properly.
That's nice. That gives you a nice, safe way of getting the basic knowledge of the gym in the safety of your own home. before you even have to go over there.
The anime's official Twitter did like a little thing, which is happy for the music video, which looks very cute. The guys involved also done a new video of just how surprised they were. I think we'll end everything here with the last line of Onagai Muscles. Well, the translation, we'll end with the translation of the end of the OP, which is, "You are beautiful when you do your best." Because you are, and we all are. And because it's an OP and I can't hear the words properly in Japanese, it's just Gambari Gambari Utsukushi, which is doing best beautiful. Yay! That's the podcast. Now, if you excuse me, I feel inferior. I need to go to the gym.
Oh dear. They're coming at you from both ends with cute anime girls and very, very muscular anime men. And there's no winning in that.
So, Thomas, where can they find us if they want more of this rubbish?
Yes, thank you all for listening. We have our podcast up on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and some other places probably now. John, do you remember which ones those were?
We are now on TuneIn, which means you can ask Amazon Alexa for us, and that can try and work. Who knows? We are also, you can listen to this podcast on Facebook now as well, on the little Facebook video thing.
Yes, we also have a Facebook page that you can like, and John will occasionally put images of food on there, I think. And
Indeed.
we also have a Twitter at Geeks&Gaijins on Twitter.
Geeks and Gaijins at Geeks and Gaijins podcast, I'm pretty sure. And we also stream occasionally on Twitch when our lives don't get too busy.
And work will let us.
Exactly. We're still trying to make our way through Danganronpa V3. But other than that, everyone stay Japanese. Well, only if you are Japanese. If not,
I'm
just
done
be
in
you.
Japanese. I'm done in Japanese. I don't think so.
You're beautiful when you do your best.
So let's do our best, everybody.
Gambarimasu!
Whatever. That's what the Japanese say. There we go.
In it, dough. Bye, everyone.
Ta-ta.